I was in a serious existential crisis when two words dropped in my lap: identity loss. Not identity theft, but when you lose the plot to your own life story. A disability pushed me out of my social work career into a place called liminality. That's where you're not who you were before, but you're not yet who you're becoming. It's filled with ambiguity and disorientation, and you're constantly making massive, unexpected shifts that drive you and others crazy. After years and years of searching, my existential crisis was solved with those two words. I'd finally found a way to reignite my life mission of reducing human suffering. I'm Julie Brown, author of a book about identity loss after the rug's pulled out from under you. Things like divorce, loss of a loved one, you lose your job or career, your health, or even a dream. This book explores the intersection between identity and forced change, and how courage and perspective can turn an unwanted event into a wildly positive outcome. I decided to write Masters of Change because I've had so many identity losses, I became a little bit of an expert. And because too many people are suffering alone and in silence, without a treatment plan or prescription, and like me, not even knowing the name of what's happening. Here's what early reader Dr. Leonora Rhodes has to say about the book. Quote, "I've experienced severe loss of identity on a few occasions and had no idea what was going on or how to overcome it. Brown's book explains this difficult phenomenon. There's a great balance between research on identity, stories about people who've lost their identity, and practical tools and exercises to help create a new, bolder identity. This book includes stories and insights from my own experiences, people I interviewed, and high-profile people I researched. The coolest story is John Jackson's transformation. He went from being a hardened criminal who planned on spending the rest of his life in prison to a model free citizen. His journey started when he was 11 years old. His mother was murdered. Then later, landing in prison for 18 consecutive years, and out of all that, coming out better off from it. Here's another early reader quote. Nikki Thompson says, quote, "Masters of Change gives us permission to acknowledge and truly feel identity loss. It provides the tools to navigate back to a new sense of empowerment. I keep it next to my bed and read relevant sections every day because it fills me with hope after layers and layers of identity loss. Julie was the missing link to moving out of pain, loss, grief, and stuckness. My perspective is unique because most people talk about adversity in a topic-specific way, like how to survive divorce. I talk about it from the angle of identity, regardless of circumstance. My hope for this book is to help people with grief and loss. I want them to have more clarity, less angst, and more power over core drivers behind happiness, fulfillment, and really living in harmony with yourself. You're gonna love this book if you've been gut punched by a life-altering event, you feel alone and want 24/7 support, or you're reshaping how you think about life, where you fit in, and are desperate to feel a whole lot better. I'm Julie Brown, author of Masters of Change. Now be sure to click on the link and buy your own copy of Masters of Change.